Representative Mike Benson says the 2014 session will be his last in the legislature. After 2 terms in the House, the representative from Rochester says he wanted to focus on his run for U.S. Congress. He says it's been a privilege to serve the people in his district.
What are you going to miss most about serving in the House of Representatives?
I love the camaraderie, I really do, and being engaged in, I think, critical issues of the day. And you know, if you ask me the most important thing I do, and that is I try to react. I listen to my constituents. If they got issues, I know that sometimes you would think that the most important thing would be a big piece of legislature or some initiative, but really it's about helping to solve everyday issues.
While you were here in the House, you focused in on state government. Why did you decide to make that your legislative focus?
Well, state government finance and Veterans Affairs, I worked for the Postal Service for 30 years, so I knew government and I knew big. I managed a district with over 6,000 employees and a $400 million expense budget. So it came natural, in terms of understanding the workings of government. I was part of a negotiating team for a large labor contract. There are 50,000 state employees. I think it was kind of a natural fit to be part of that, and so I was lucky and honored, privileged to be the vice chair as a freshman of that committee.
And obviously this decision is not something you can ever make lightly. Is it helpful to know that you have other things in your future that you're looking forward to?
Oh, I do. I'm not going to be somebody that's just going to sit back and retire. I really believe in Jeremiah 29:11. I'm a person that believes in a sovereign God, and that scripture says, the Lord saith, I have plans for you, plans to prosper you, not to harm you, plans for your future and hope. And I really grasp that and understand that and know He'll put me to work.
What will you take away from your experience here in the House?
There is a lot of ideas about how things should work, and it really is about finding a direction for our state that is good for all the people of the state of Minnesota. There's a lot of voices, and there's a lot of need to understand the role of government. I'm a very small, limited government kind of person, believe in personal freedom and personal responsibility, but also understand the need for a safety net. So it's marrying those ideas and making sure that we are covering the bases, but still not trampling on the freedoms and the economic prosperity that we can have to lift people up and give them opportunity, kind of break that cycle of poverty and dependence, government dependence. But I think that's the role of government, to provide that framework to do that.
What advice would you give to the next person who fills your seat?
I can't emphasize enough staying connected and trying to do as many functions back in the district as you can, staying engaged with them. That gives you a better idea of what needs to go on up here, because very quickly you can become lost in the details and the politics of things and kind of lose touch with what's really needed back at home. So that would be the number one. And number two, and not less important, is stand on your principles and make sure that when you tell somebody back in your district when you're working to get elected that you're going to do one thing, you need to continue to do that when you get here.